Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm really excited to create this video today after watching Dina Wakley doing pouring on a demo during creativation. I really wanted to try it. I've been holding off on pouring. I don't know why. I guess I've been a little bit apprehensive and scared about it. And I actually bought these two products that come together as a kit a while ago, like literally when they came out, thinking, oh, I'm going to do pouring because I think it just looks so cool. But then I just couldn't do it. I don't know what was stopping me from doing it. I mean, I think watching Dina do the demo in the creativation really helped me, and I was really psyched up, and the first thing I wanted to do is create these pourings. So I grabbed a bunch of paints that I had in stock. Some of them are hers. So I got the heavy body acrylic paint, and I also got some from Liquitex and also some from Pebeo. So I just want to create a bunch of colors with it. I'm not sure. I mean, I have a bunch of plates, and I'll just show you how I'm creating one of them, and then I'm going to create all of them behind the scene. You don't need to see how I make all of them. Maybe I'll make a couple just to show you. I'll show you the ones with hers. So this is a red heavy body. It's called Ruby. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit into a cup here. So there is that. Because it's really thick, you want to have pouring medium in it. The pouring medium makes it liquidy and much easier to pour. So I just take this, put a bunch of pouring medium, and you don't know how much you're going to add. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter the quantity. You just want to make sure it's pretty liquidy. So if it's not liquidy enough, then you just add a little bit more. And this doesn't seem liquidy enough, so I'm going to add a little bit more. So you just basically test it. There's no like exact formula. You want to make sure that it is pouring like liquid enough that it pours. So there we go. I think this is good. And then what we do, and I'm going to get a wipe over here on the side to just put this on. And then what we do is we have this. This is the cell creator. And this one is used very little bit. You basically only put one drop. Now you can put more than one drop. Oh, that one's two. So that's okay. And oh, let me mix this as well. So there we go. You want to put only the one drop. You don't want to put too much more than that. If it's a larger quantity, you can, but supposedly the more drops you put, the smaller the cells are going to be. So because I want bigger cells, I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to show you another color. This is a Pebeo one. It's actually, it's a very nice shiny one. It's shimmery. Oops. Okay, there we go. I just may put a little bit more there. And the same thing. This works with all acrylic paints. This is an acrylic pour that I'm doing. And I just want to say that I'm no expert. This is my first time doing it. I've been wanting to do this for so long. So don't count me as an expert on this. Just count me as somebody who's testing the products the same way that you would test them, and just to see how it works. And I'm filming it because I like to show people that, you know, I make mistakes and I'm also not an expert in everything. And it's just good to just experiment and have fun. Like, this is what I always encourage people, is to experiment. And I'm going to list all these products below so you can recreate this as well. Now I will put another drop. So there we go. Now I'm going to make lots of different colors so I could have enough to pour. And I think this one is too thick. I might need to add a little bit more of the pouring medium. Somebody asked me to see if these products are actually have a strong smell, and I must say that I do not smell a thing. It is really, really great because you can smell anything with them. So I'm very happy to announce that they're odorless. I will continue filming the different colors. I want to make white, and the white I want to make a lot more of it because that's going to be my base. And I'm going to also make a little bit of black. This is the night color. I already actually made a little bit of blue before just to test it, so that one is right there. Now I'm going to pour some liquid into everything and then just mix them. So I already have enough color for some of these. So now I'm just going to mix, starting with the white, just because I don't want any color contamination on this one. And the white is going to be like a base. That's how Dina did it, and it really came out amazing. So I want to kind of follow that design because I really want things to come out really nicely. Just going to mix all of them really well. This one is really thick. I think it needs a lot more. So sometimes you don't know how thick it's going to be. You just need to keep on adding until you realize that you've created quite a liquidy color. I guess you could use like liquid colors as well, but I just find this makes it really good. I just want to now add the drop everywhere to the ones that I haven't done. One. Maybe the white I'll put 2. I have more. One. Excellent. Okay, so now that I have all the paints done, I want to pour, but I'm not going to pour on my table over here. I'm just going to place them all over here in some order. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to pour these. Okay, so in order to do pouring, you want to be able to do it on a surface that doesn't make a mess everywhere. So I took a little box. I'm going to be working on small panels. This is a canvas panel. You want to make sure that your surface is hard, so you can do cardboard, artboard, or like canvas board or wood, anything that is hard surface. A small stretch canvas probably wouldn't be good. I mean, you can still do obviously on a stretch canvas, but the pouring, it's much easier when it's a harder surface. I have all the paint surrounding me, and I have this propped up on top of one of my jars of, this is a gesso jar. And what I did is I also lined the box with deli paper. If anything pours onto it, then I can use that after in my journals or anything else. So it's really cool to have something underneath. You can use aluminum paper, you can use regular paper, or even a silicone mat, basically anything. Now in terms of pouring, you can do many different things. Like I've seen people pour through strainers and, just turning the cap. What I want to do is I want to do a dirty pour. I think that is for me the most exciting ones to do, and I'm going to do that right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this just so I could put the paints, because otherwise it's too close to the camera. So I just took 1 cup, and I wanted to also say that I made it one more color, which is the yellow. And I guess I'm going to use that one first. I'm going to pour it inside here. I don't have too much of it, so it's okay. And then I will put some of the orange. Then I'll put blue. The nice thing about the dirty pours is that, is that they actually work really nicely when put together. It doesn't matter if you mix colors or not. Now some of them, I guess, are too not liquidy enough, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the pouring medium. Sometimes how you have to do that, you can gauge how well it's going to pour. So since it's my first time, I am not familiar with quantities yet, so that's why this is like not working as well as I thought. Okay, perfect. Now I want a darker color. This looks almost like midnight color. There we go. And I think I'm going to do some of the pink one. Let's see. Is there any other color I want to do? Maybe some green. And then that's it. Okay, there we go. So now, I'm not sure how liquidy this is going to come out. Hopefully this will not be a bust. So I'm going to put this back on. And the first thing I want to do is actually, I should have done this before, is actually put some white in the background. And to do that, I'm going to use basically like a credit card or something like that, just to spread some white in the background. This will help everything mix really nicely together. So I watched Dina do this, and this is not my technique. As I said, I'm no expert. I'm literally trying this because I don't know how things are going to turn out. I worry sometimes. This is why I hadn't tried it for so long, and it's been sitting on my shelf, because I really didn't know how things were going to turn out, and I was really worried that it will be a bust. So there we go. Okay, so here we have the white and here we have the pour. Now we're gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna turn this around and we're hoping for the best results. I'm gonna pour some more here. I think some of the top stayed at, some of it stayed at the bottom of the cup, so maybe the yellow wasn't as liquidy as I hoped, but that's okay. The cup actually looks really, really cool. But let's get going. So I'm going to just spread it a little bit. I think that will help with, but not too much. I know that you're supposed to be careful with the spreading. Oh, I spread too much. Okay. Okay. I am not sure. Probably a bust on the first try, and that's okay. I want to show you guys. I think it's not liquidy enough. That's, I think, what the problem is. And these you have to like let dry, and you can see the cells forming. I wonder if I can add a little bit more here. I think I want to add a little bit more of the orange. And I think one of the mistakes is that it's not liquidy enough. And you guys have to understand that this is, as I said, my first time. So we're going to figure it out as we go. Okay, so this wasn't good. It's pretty, but it's not what I wanted. So let me try it again. I'm going to try a different board this time. I think I have to add way more pouring medium to this. It's just not working. It's not liquidy enough. I'm going to apply this with my silicone brush. I find this much easier to apply. And I think I'm going to have to put more color. So let's see. And I could easily have edited this mistake that I made, but because I'm actually doing a video where I'm testing it, I want to make sure that I show you the mistakes, because when you're going to go do your own, you're going to say, oh, that person did it on the first time and it worked out so well, and that really sucks. So I think it's more fun to do it this way, where you're actually like showing people that even demonstrators make mistakes. So that's important to know. I'm going to take a new cup. And let's move this for a second to the side, and let's do this again. Let's start with a bunch of it. So I think I'm going to actually put a lot of it in here this time. I think my mistake was not putting enough. There, I think that's better. I'm going to put some of the orange. It's not liquidy enough. That's good. And some of this. Let's see if the blue is liquid enough. Okay. The yellow one is not. Let's put a little bit more green in here since I have it. So again, the dirty pour is more fun for me. I really want to do it, and I'm going to put a little bit of red here as well. Okay, I think I put enough colors, and I think this might actually cover the canvas. So let's move everything aside. It's good to have disposable cups so you can throw them out afterwards. Now we're going to turn this around. Let's hope for the best. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I just love the cups inside. I almost like the cups more than I like the actual pours. Okay, now let's move this around. We want to make sure that we get cells. And you just never know what you're going to get. That's the beauty of the pours. I'm just shifting it in different directions because I really want it to cover everything. And it's good because it's leaking onto my waxed paper here, but it doesn't really matter because it's not going to be shown. Okay, I'm really trying to not touch it and just let things pour on their own. And I want to let this sit so the cells form easily. It looks really cool right here, but I still don't see the cells forming, so I'm going to wait a little bit. So I decided to grab this stick and just kind of do lines and doodle on it a little bit to see if it will move things along. I wanted to like really move things along. Not so much for the cells, but for the paint to kind of mix with the bottom a little bit and to get the corners. This one at least turned out like a little bit nicer than the other. While my other one is drying, I want to test this on a little wooden art panel. I thought it would be nice to do that. And I'm going to use less colors this time. I really want to see if I get better cells and better movement. So I'm just going to use like 3 colors. There's the pink, and then there is the green. I might need some more pouring here. So I just put a little bit more pouring medium in the green. Oops, it's not coming out. And maybe the blue, because I have a lot of it. Okay, there we go. And now I just want to add a little bit of white like before onto the background, although I have some green there by accident as well. But that's okay. Accents are always welcomed. So I'm just going to continue pouring and adding stuff to this. Okay, let's see if this one works just as nice. So this is really cute. I love these colors together. Okay, let's see. Let's move this in this direction a little bit. I think once you do more of them, you get the hang of it as you're going. I think my problem is that I'm too scared. I don't know what it is. Even though I love getting messy, I find some things too scary to do. I'm not sure why there's chunks in here. I mean, they add cool texture, but that's not the idea of what I'm going for. So I'm not really sure why there are chunks of pink and stuff in here. I think it's too thick. Next time I'm going to test it with a thinner medium, maybe some liquid acrylics instead of these ones. Okay, there we go. This is a nicer one, a nicer version of it. For the last one, I want to just use 3 colors again. I think I want just colors from the same family. I got a new board and I'm going to just mix them one inside the other. So I have the orange and then I'm putting the red right inside of it. And I know I've only done dirty pours in this video. I'm going to attempt other ones in the next video because I'm not giving up. I know that my pours were not perfect, and that's okay. And I am going to try next time again. This is what is all fun about this, is trying all the time. So I'm just going to add again the white, and I'm applying it pretty heavily this time. Well, because I want to finish up everything. I'm not going to do any pours today because I have to go pick up my daughter from school. So this is going to be the last one. And what I notice also is that while you let the pours dry, they become nicer. So patience is definitely a virtue with these. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour again, and let's see what happens with this. I would really like some yellow to show. So I'm literally going to add the yellow in the middle here because I want that yellow to show, and it's kind of hiding underneath. So I'm scooping it. I mean, I'm pouring, but I'm also scooping it from here. So now we're going to see what happens. I have an idea in mind of what to do with these. So this is why I want to be able to use them for something, not just pour on them. So let's see. Oh, wow, this is cool. Okay. Oh, there's the cells forming. Now there's cells forming. You can see them over here. It's really cool. And I want to reach the edges of them. And I try to reach all the edges, even if it rips, even if it drips, I meant to say. Yeah, yes, this is good. This is going to be the best one. Practice makes perfect. That's basically the motto, right? So I really like, now this pour is going to be my favorite one. So yeah, it looks really, really cool. And I want to be able to cover the edges as well. So let's see if I can do that. It's going like all over me, but I want to cover the edges because this is like a wooden plaque, and I want to be able to hang it. I have an idea of what I want to do with this. So I want to be able to hang this. I mean, I can always paint it red in the sides, but I want to really... Look how cool that is. So I think like working with colors from the same family does work a little bit better in the sense of what I'm doing. So I'll know that's just, so I learned from my mistakes, and that's really important to do. I want to be able to turn this down a little bit. So I'm dripping it this way. And this one is the best one, I think, personally. To kind of go on the corners, I'm pushing it a little bit. I do want the edges to kind of drip. Oh, I can grab some of this from here. I just don't want the blue to come on. There we go. So now I just cover the edges because I want to be able to hang this. I'm thinking to give this to my daughter once I have a really good idea of what to do with it. So now I'm going to let this dry. This is really cool. So I'm going to let this dry. I really wanted to like bring out some of the white parts, but I think I am going to let this be. Let it dry on its own. I think that's the best idea. This is really the nicest one I've done. I love this one. So next time I think I'm going to try non-dirty pours, regular pours. I don't know why. I thought the dirty pours will be more fun, but I need to get more pouring medium. I don't have enough, so I will get that and I will do some more next time. So here are the 4 panels that I created. I do have to say that for my first time, not bad, although definitely not amazing or perfect in any way. I know where I did mistakes and how to rectify them now, I think. I really hope that you enjoyed basically this journey with me on trying to figure it out. I think for a lot of people, trying to figure out things are sometimes hard just because we're watching things, but most people don't show the mistakes. So I really try to show my mistakes. I really love this one the most. It kind of looks like a burning fire here. So I am not going to take these, I mean, these are not going to go to waste. I have a really good idea of what to do with them. So stay tuned for a new video where you can basically, I can show you what you can do with your pourings, because you can make 1,000 pours, but then what do you do with them? I mean, you could frame them if you want, but let's say you don't like them so much, you can always like do something with them. Like, I see where my mistakes were. First of all, I didn't mix the paint really well, and I didn't put enough pouring medium. And I got like a lot of texture, which is really cool for mixed media, but it wasn't what I wanted per se from it. So I realized that some paints maybe have to be a little bit more liquidy. The pink one here kind of created these really cool effects. Some of these, look, if I don't like them, I can always cover them in white or black and just create something on top of them. So it's really not a big deal. I think I'm going to cover these two. I'm not crazy too much about them. I mean, this one is nice, but it's kind of, I don't know, weird. I don't know. Maybe I will do something with them. Definitely these two, I have an idea that I want to do with them. So I'm going to play around with these as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my experiments. I really believe that experimenting is part of the journey. And if you go and experiment, then you learn. Like I learned that what mistakes I made here, I know I'm not going to do them next time. And the pours are going to turn out much better. So thank you so much. And everything I've listed below in the description area. So if you need something, just, just press the links. And I really appreciate you coming and supporting me, even if I make mistakes and even if I'm like doing such a horrible job, or I mean, maybe not so horrible, but just, an okay job. So thank you so much and have an amazing day. Bye.